During a routine patrol just miles from the coast, a team of coastal guards encountered something they never expected, a mysterious blue metallic boat drifting silently in open water. It appeared suddenly, as if from nowhere, and didn't show up on any of their radar systems. At first, it looked like a tiny speck on the horizon, easy to ignore. But as they got closer, it became clear this was no ordinary vessel. The boat was sleek and metallic, with barely any windows and an eerie stillness that made the crew uneasy. Their own ship's radar only picked up their location. This ghost vessel remained invisible. The crew's captain attempted communication. "This is the Coastal Guard. Identify yourself." But silence was the only response. Determined to investigate, the crew threw a hooked rope to pull the vessel closer. But what happened next shocked them. Their own boat started to drift toward the blue vessel instead. "We're just seeing the tip of the iceberg," one crew member joked. That comment would soon haunt him. The captain ordered two men, Brendan and John, to board the strange craft. With tension thick in the air, they climbed aboard. The top hatch opened with a rusty groan, revealing a ladder that plunged into darkness. Brendan grabbed his flashlight, and together they descended into the unknown. Inside, the vessel was stripped bare, nothing but metal walls and an old center console covered in dust. "There's no one here," John said. But before they could investigate further, the hatch above slammed shut. Communications died instantly. Panic set in. Then the entire ship began to vibrate. The men climbed up the ladder only to see their Coastal Guard boat vanish from view. "We're moving," Brendan said. The blue vessel was actually a submarine. Though it wasn't taking on water, they were now completely submerged. Any attempts to contact the crew failed. They inspected the old control panel, but it seemed to control nothing. That's when John noticed a massive metal door on the other side of the sub. The two men tried with all their strength to open it, but it wouldn't budge. Just as they slumped to the floor, the sub vibrated again, this time rising. "There's light coming in," John shouted. The vessel surfaced. Three shadowy figures climbed down into the sub and headed straight for the locked door. When they returned, they carried large packages, repeating the trip several times. Brendan and John watched from behind the console, undetected. Eventually, the figures were gone. The hatch was left open. Brendan whispered, "Now's our chance." They climbed to the top and emerged into the open sea. But this was no ordinary ocean location. They had surfaced beneath an oil rig platform surrounded by towering steel pillars. "Where the hell are we?" John muttered. Climbing a long ladder to the platform above, they found it bustling with activity. Machines were moving crates, and people worked swiftly, but something was off. This was no drilling site. Hiding behind containers, they observed a well-dressed older man receiving the very same packages. He tore one open, revealing stacks of cash. Another was opened with a knife, revealing powder that clung to the blade. Brendan and John knew immediately this was a drug trafficking operation. And not a small one. This was a central hub cleverly disguised as a remote oil rig. The submarine? It was the perfect stealth courier. Realizing the scale of the operation, they retreated to a quiet corner. John checked his walkie-talkie, a signal. They called their coastal team and explained everything, sharing their coordinates before cutting communication to remain hidden. But they were running out of time. The submarine was being loaded again, likely for another delivery. The man in charge ascended a staircase toward a control room, but when he got there, it was locked. Brendan and John had beaten him to it. Now trapped, the traffickers tried to break in, but just before they could, coastal reinforcements arrived. The criminals were arrested without a fight. They had nowhere to run in the middle of the ocean. Brendan and John emerged as heroes. What started as a routine patrol had turned into the biggest bust of their careers. By sheer chance, they had uncovered a major international trafficking ring. The blue boat that never appeared on radar? It had led them straight into the heart of a nightmare and brought it to an end. Thanks for watching this unbelievable story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more thrilling tales like this.